So with Antigone and Ferguson, um, I think the part I'm gonna focus on was the costumes. The costumes, even though like Antigone was a play that was designed like in ancient Greece and everything, the costumes they used for Antigone and Ferguson were modern clothes because they're trying to relate the fact that that play relates a lot to modern day problems like like the problems in Ferguson. So what they tried to do is by using modern clothes like that, they're trying to connect to an audience and show the relevance between something so ancient and something that's in the present right now with the injustices in the civil rights movement. Um, Back in the civil rights movement, and then the performance also related to Michael Brown's story in Ferguson community in the way that um, through many different elements there's like culture and identity integrated in the narrative. So for example, the cast includes local community members and activists who bring their personal experiences and perspectives and insights to the stage. And I think this is very important because it shows that again you're talking about something ancient, but you have people showing relevance and showing how important it was in this aspect as well. Then another one is the music that's used had African American spirituals and gospel music, and it shows the rich culture and the rich heritage of the African American community and the community in Ferguson. And these musical elements helped create a sense of unity and a shared experience among the audience, as well as provide a powerful and emotional part to like show through the performance. The part that I didn't understand for a little bit is I thought for a while that the one character had a can of tear gas because with the protests and police using tear gas and things like that, but instead it was actually a can of smoke, and it was kind of a visual like shield because what it was supposed to do is obscuring the visibility of the situation, showing kind of cloudy situation to make it like you couldn't really see what was happening, but you anticipated what was happening. And I thought it was really cool after researching that, finding out what it really was. Um, and then also, I think Antigone Ferguson says a lot of things about identity, power, and politics. For identity, the biggest thing is the fact that African Americans have such a rich culture, but they're constantly dealing with systemic racism and things like that. So it's kind of hard with their identity because they love their culture, they love who they are, but then they get mistreated for it as well, which is hard. So it shows a lot of their struggles in that aspect. For power, a lot of it was when you're talking about the character of Creon. He's the leader of the city, he represents power and all stuff, and he doesn't like it when people question his authority, and because he thinks that his power is the most important thing. If someone questions it, they don't believe that he is the most powerful. So he really does not deal with those things. And then politics, Antigone Ferguson has a lot of things that addressing political issues such as police brutality, racial profiling, systemic racism, criminal justice system, things like that, and all the how they're handled and problems that might happen in different societies, including in Ferguson, with different types of groups, and it just raises questions about those societies and how they should deal with conflicts and dissent. And so the real cool thing I thought about the chorus and Antigone Ferguson was the chorus sings traditional gospel hymns, but there's also verses that relate directly over the plot and the characters and the themes of Antigone, and there's also excerpts from speeches from civil rights movements from Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X, which is really cool because it connects again these two plays and shows the relevance of them, even though they're created so far apart. It shows that even like problems that in ancient times are still happening today. And then the most impact and my one of my questions was, what was the most impactful thing about the relations between Antigone and Ferguson in your opinion, and why do you think Antigone was able to relate so much to something that happened this far later into the future? Thank you.